Hey, this is Greg McIntyre with McIntyre Elder Law, helping seniors protect their assets and legacies. And I have been doing some writing today. It's been a while since I sat down and just started writing. And I wanted to write about the number one psychological reason why people don't plan. I just finished a long planning session with a professional planner and business coach, Bob Demers. We did that yesterday. Actually, I'm doing more tomorrow with Bob. And I'm meeting with Brenton, and we're going over some plans for the firm tomorrow morning with Bob. So, but it's the same. We were talking about why people just don't engage in planning. And one of the reasons is ego. And that's, I think, the really biggest reason. And this is whom I call Mr. Foundations. He's the most interesting man in elder law. So that is the picture on the article that's getting ready to go out. The dictionary definition of ego is a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. And really, ego is that hard shell, that hard candy shell you build around yourself to protect yourself from things that happen, things that have happened to you since you were little. It's the way you deal with the world. And sometimes you put the ego, and thank you, Bob, for identifying this. Sometimes you let the ego take over. So when you sit down and plan to do estate planning or elder law planning with me or one of our attorneys, it's going to require you to get vulnerable. So it's going to require you to drop your shields, to drop your defenses, and to be genuine and honest about who you are, the money you've made, the things you bought and acquired like homes or real estate, stock, your savings, so your retirement savings, and, your kids, your grandkids. Who's the apple of your eye? You might not love your kids. You might want to give everything to the grandkids. I don't know. But those are things that it requires introspection. So it requires you to be really vulnerable and honest with yourself. And people are just naturally guarded. Actually, that's not true. People are naturally unguarded. They built up their ego to guard themselves against those type of attacks or introspective thoughts. So the best planning that I've ever done, and I do some pretty good planning with families and with individuals, is when people can come in, they feel comfortable, they trust the person they're talking to, they trust me, and we sit down and have an honest conversation about them, what they want, what their needs are, what their plans are, what their wishes are for themselves, for their family. We take a look at all the assets they've accumulated. How can we maximize those for the rest of their lives? How can we protect those against a long-term care scare or something like that? That's the kind of planning that we engage in, and that's what we help people do. And I would like to think that one of my gifts, and it's not by chance, it's because I work on it, and I have problems with ego. We all do. And when we recognize that it's getting in the way of who we are, in any way, that we're not at the wheel, that we're not in control. I think can convey, be honest and open with the people that I'm planning with. And in my experience, and vulnerable. And I've found that people really respond to that, they want someone they can trust, that they can talk to, that's not going to judge them. And that's a nice thing when you sit down. We offer free consults right now. I hope you'll sign up for our e-newsletter because you'll get this type of content, these writings and articles regarding different subjects, a lot around planning, a lot keeping up with the laws around estate planning, elder law. But there's more too, because there's just more to life than black and white laws and red letter law. So if you want to schedule a free planning session with me, call our office, 704-749-9244. I will waive our $300 consult fee. Or how about I will waive our consult fee, which is a value of up to $300, depending on if we spend an hour or two, however long it takes. And I'll waive that to sit down and meet with you, you and your kids, you and your family, you and your parents, and talk about estate planning and elder law and what the plan is, how we can craft the best plan, how we can really tease out the assets as well as what you genuinely want to do with your assets. So anyway, I thought I would pop on and talk about the article that I just finished writing because I'm pretty proud of it. And I haven't been doing a ton of writing toward the end of the year. This year has been a little stressful. 2020 was anyway, but 2021 is going to be, we're just going to treat it the same way. Take it day by day. But if I can help you and your family plan, call us 704-749-9244 or go online to mcelderlaw.com and you can just schedule your free consult right there. Okay? So I hope you have a good rest of the weekend and Happy New Year.